Let me start off by saying, do not mind the background. I guess I should have said that last time or the last few times, but this is the best spot in the crib. This is the best seat in the house. So this is where I like to be. Do I have to buy a green screen? Do I have to blur my background? Maybe I should, but not today. So last week I spoke about my my appendectomy removal, right? I had to get surgery to remove my appendix. And I can't do much of anything. So, a little about me, if you don't already know. I like to move. I like to move every day, not just through physical fitness, right? Running, lifting weights, calisthenics, swimming, walking, but just getting shit done. Like, I like to hustle. I like to do everything that needs to be done to be productive. And when that's done, I like to make sure I'm still moving by being active with my daughter, playing with her, running with her, riding bike with her, and just the only time I'm really chilling and relaxing is towards the later part of the day, where when it's time to wind down, when it's time to eat dinner and just chill, watch a movie, and there's a sense of accomplishment in my mind when I know I've gotten stuff done, and I feel more at ease and at peace and okay with chilling and relaxing and watching a movie. But ever since the surgery, which was exactly 2 weeks ago, and I'm healing nicely. I can't do anything. I can't lift anything more than 20 pounds. Um, can't run, can't lift weights, can't do calisthenics, can't do any core exercises. The only thing I can do right now, well, I can't pick up my daughter. I can't cycle with her. I can't run around with her. The only thing I can do right now is run. I can walk. That's all I can do. And I've always been one to, I guess, take walking for granted. I always found it to be boring. I'm starting to appreciate it more now that I do it like 3 times a day, every day, just to, heal and just keep the blood flowing through the body. I could appreciate it more. But like I said, I've always found it to be boring. I prefer running. I prefer challenging my body in that way. And since all I can do is walk, the only thing that I have no choice but to do is reflect, think, sit with my thoughts, read a book. I can easily sit on the couch and watch TV all day. But maybe this is a sign. Maybe the surgery was a sign to slow down, reflect, think about my next steps strategically, calculate the next steps, right? Uh, be one with my thoughts. Let the thoughts come and go and reflect about where I've been, where I am, where I'm going. Not that the past matters or the future. The only thing that matters is the present. But this is a forced time of reflection. And it's not a bad thing, right? We all should be taking a step back, slowing down and reflecting and just observe the observer, right? Think subconsciously and consciously and maybe align those thoughts with each other. Be more aware of your surroundings. And you know what though? That's scary. Like maybe for me, wanting to be so active and wanting to move around so much, maybe that was just something that I was making myself do so I wouldn't have to face my thoughts. So I wouldn't have to be so I wouldn't have to challenge those demons or face those demons that I'm fighting, because we're all fighting something. We're all battling something every single day. So maybe this is my time to face all that. And it's scary because you don't know what you're gonna run into up there. When I say up there, I mean in your mind. You don't know the shit that you're gonna come across. That's why so many people run away from that shit through constant movement, through alcohol abuse, through drug abuse. Yes, it's an addiction, but they're running away from something. They don't want to face something. It might be too much to face. It might be hard to face it, because you might come face to face with something that you've been repressing all your life. A repressed childhood memory, a traumatic thing that may have happened in the past. Now, for me, I don't know. To be honest, within these last 2 weeks, I've been kind of running away from it, or numbing myself with distractions, right? Turning on the TV, looking at the phone, scrolling through a bunch of nonsense. And over the last few days, I've been thinking to myself, like, maybe this is, or not maybe, this is the perfect time to slow down. This is the perfect time to, well, I have to slow down because not much else I can do, but this is the perfect time to really reflect and be with my thoughts and really open my mind and observe these thoughts and be strategic as to what my next steps in life will be. So I woke up this morning wanting to record this so I can talk about it, and then I can be about it, because I know I'm not the only one out there that's scared to face the things that are inside of us, scared to face the things that may be in front of us, or the things that may be waiting for us down the line. But I think we become better people when we sit down with those thoughts, when we overcome those fears, when we face the demons, when we're battling every day and we're not running away from anything. We're just there, and we're owning our shit. We're holding ourselves accountable. We're reflecting on the mistakes we've made, the people we've hurt. We can reflect on how we respond to things from now on. We can reflect on how we treat people. We can reflect on our overall lifestyle, the things we put in our bodies. We can align, like I said, our subconscious thoughts with our conscious thoughts. Because when those two align with whatever vision or whatever you want in life, they will more than likely come true if you really believe and you have faith in that vision. But we can't do that if we're not reflecting. We can't do that if we don't slow down. We can't do that if we don't take time for ourselves to sit with our thoughts. We can't get to that next step or that next level if we're running away from things. And the only way to face that is by sitting with those thoughts. No distractions, no phone, no book, no computer, no TV, no one around you. Just sit with your thoughts That's the only way we make it to the next level. And we make peace with the trauma that we've endured in the past. And we overcome those fears that we've been running away from our whole lives. And we overcome those addictions, our vices, our Achilles heel, our cross to bear, the things that keep us in a negative, habitual state of mind or way of life. We have to just sit down and reflect. Now, what is a plan of action? Right? For me, I have things that I want to do in the morning so I can be productive throughout my day, right? So, gotta go for the morning walk, right? Can't go for the morning run right now. So we'll go for the morning walk. And perhaps a 5 or 10 minute meditation. Letting the thoughts come, letting the thoughts go. Observing the observer. Maybe sitting with the thoughts that we're most uncomfortable with. And letting them sit there and facing them. And then letting them pass until we've reached a state of emptiness, a state of nothingness, a state of no mind, which is very hard to do. I've meditated in the past, not very consistent, but there have been brief moments where I was in a state of nothingness, like very brief. It can be seconds, but it is very transcendent. Another thing about reflecting and sitting with your thoughts is just sitting here and being more aware and being, I guess, I've always been a pretty awakened person. I don't know, I'm not going to say woke, that's ridiculous, but just enlightened and aware with what's going on in the world, the state of the economy. That's enough to drive people into a state of depression and anxiety and just not wanting to deal with anything, not wanting to face anything because there's so much stress outside of what's going on in here. High gas prices, war, earthquakes, right? There was just an earthquake in Colombia. The water shortages in Puerto Rico. The heat wave that was going on in Europe, killing people. I live in New Jersey. These storms have been wildly aggressive. A lot of trees down, a lot of flooding, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. A lot. These are the things that just add more stress to our lives. So it's so important that we take that in, we receive it, and we let it go. This is the perfect time to just sit down and just chill. Be at peace with where you are. Whatever it is you want to do in your life, you can do it, but you have to sit with yourself. You have to reflect. In order to know where you're going, you have to know where you've been. And where are you now? And are you okay with that? Are you at peace with where you are? Do you want more from yourself? Do you want bigger and better things for yourself? Do you want a better lifestyle? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to develop more knowledge in anything? None of that is going to happen if you're running away from the things that are inside of you. If you're running away from past demons, addictions, anything. That's why we must reflect. That's why we must really sit with ourselves and sit with our thoughts. For me, this is the perfect time. Is it hard for me? Yes, because I like to move. I like to train. I'm just a mover. I like to hustle. I like to be productive. I like to go run the errands. I like to go do the groceries. I like to make sure everything is done and everything is checked off the list. But right now, that's not what it is for me. So I'm making peace with that. I'm sitting with these thoughts. I'm letting the hard ones sit. I'm facing the demons every day. I'm making sure I'm winning the battle at the end of the day. We got to reflect. We have to sit with these thoughts. Move, get rid of the distractions. Stop numbing yourself with Instagram, with TikTok, with YouTube, with porn. We're better than this. We can do better. We can be better. Own your shit. Face what's in here. Face what's in here so you can feel good about what's in here. In your heart. In your heart. I want you listening, watching to be a better version of yourself. I want you to be proud of the person that you're looking at in the mirror day in and day out. I want you to appreciate that person. I want people to appreciate you as a person, as a man, as a woman. But the only way people are going to appreciate you and the only way you're going to appreciate yourself is if you're okay with what's inside of you, with what's up here. But you have to observe the observer. You're the observer. You're observing yourself. You're observing your actions. You're observing your thoughts. Right? But you are not your thoughts. The thoughts, they come and they go. Sit down, reflect, and enter that state of nothingness. Align your thoughts, your conscious with your subconscious. I'm going to keep saying that because that's crucial in leveling up, moving on to the next steps, the ladder of success, a better quality of life, right? I can't sit here and want to be physically fit and be in tip-top shape. Meanwhile, I'm going out every weekend partying and drinking and waking up hungover. It doesn't work that way. You're not aligning your thoughts with your actions. Align your thoughts with your actions. Everything will eventually fall into place. But you have to be comfortable with yourself. You got to be comfortable in your skin. Sit with yourself. The scariest thing you can ever do is sit alone with yourself, by yourself, and tap into your mind. No regrets. Forget that. Enough with repressing memories. Face them. Face them. You won't forget, but when you face the shit that you've gone through in the past, it will help you move forward in life. You may forgive those around you. You may forgive those that may have hurt you. The people that you may have hurt may forgive you. But you have to face that shit. You have to own that shit. Reflect. Sit. Just stop. Give yourself at least 30 minutes of just reflection. And just sitting there. You might cry. You might break. You might crumble. But you get back up. You'll definitely get back up. And you might feel good about yourself. And you will feel good about yourself. And you will, over time, eventually appreciate that person in front of you. You will, over time, you will over time respect the man you see in the mirror, the woman you see in the mirror. So, with that said, I think I've said enough. I hope, I believe, I know that you will consider the things that just came out of my mouth, that consider the words that I've just spit to you. Because I think for me it's important to, in order to appreciate the man in the mirror, I have to sit with my thoughts. I have to face the things that may have hurt me in the past. I have to sit with the actions that I've done in the past where I may have hurt people. But reflect. Just do it. Start with 5 minutes a day. Maybe gradually increase it. For me, I'm doing 10 minutes a day. Just sitting with my thoughts and reflecting. But yeah, do it. Reach out to me. Tell me, what have you done to appreciate the person you are, to appreciate the person in the mirror? Do you reflect? Do you meditate? Do you sit down with your thoughts? Do you take a break from the madness? That's life. Do you slow down or just completely stop to see what's going on around you, to see and be aware of the state of your surroundings? What steps have you taken to become a better person, a better version of yourself? So you can always email me. I'll leave that in the link in the description. You can always hit me up on Instagram at Herrera Health and Wellness. You can always write a comment on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on all the podcast platforms. Apple and Spotify being the top 2. But right now, it's time for me to disconnect and reflect for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because family is awake now. So thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Please sit with your thoughts. Face those fears. Battle those demons. Eliminate those addictions. Be more comfortable in your own skin. Appreciate yourself as a person. And those around you will appreciate you. Those around you will respect you. Respect yourself. Right? So, thank you for listening. Much appreciated. Until next time. Peace.